Ghostly greetings. Hi, your boy Prue. We're talking about the Maze Runner, which I will say I listened to. I did not read. I listened to it on the audio Overdrive app, which is through the library. Not sponsored. Just a fun little idea for free audiobooks. Overdrive. Or Libby, depending on where you live. Just download the app. You need a library card. This is in no way sponsored. I just found out about it last year, and I've used it for a lot of books. And audiobooks are a great way to go through books. And when they're free, it's even better because, let's be honest, right now, money is a little issue for everybody with the 2020 virus. That is 2020. It's almost over, folks. We're in November. But come on, keep fighting. 6 more weeks, brothers. 6 more weeks. We'll beat this year. Oh, my God. Oh, 2021 better have a new Sharknado in it or I'm going to be pissed. Oh, I need it. I've earned it. I've earned a new Sharknado. All right. We're talking about The Maze Runner by James Dashner. YA, but a lot of fun. Also, it's now a motion picture, and I got the movie cover version, which I don't like. But you know how I do reviews: plot, characters, pros and cons, the journey, and give you an overall letter grade. Plot is basically a kid wakes up in a fucking maze, and he's trying to figure it out. That's cool. It left enough ambiance to where you were interested, but I will say on the parts of the plot, he didn't go into good detail. It's only book 1 of 3. There may be a 4th one. I'm not quite sure. It's a prequel. I don't know. But I'm going to give it a B. It's new enough to where you're interested, but it's kind of not, it's a little tropey, but not too bad. All plots are a little tropey, to be honest. But he did this one right. I'm going to give it above average score of B. I like the maze, but I've read a lot of stuff with mazes. Okay, characters. The main character is named Thomas, or at least he thinks it is because he has amnesia. He was a lot of fun. It was cool to get into his head. He knew more than what was going on, so part of the book was figuring that out. His friend Chuck is my favorite character in the book. Also, Albie and Newt were a lot of fun. So characters, I'm also going to give you a B+. I liked all the characters, and the characters you weren't supposed to like Gunny the assholes and stuff, but I liked all the characters, and the ones I didn't like, I really didn't like. So B+ again. I will say not one character I will ever put on the list as the best character of all time. Some of them were a little, basically, I'm the runner, I'm a farmer, and that's all they did, and not a lot of depth. But the ones that did have depth were delivered well. So, B. Pros and cons. Pro. It's an interesting setting with a lot of fast-moving parts and action. I liked the explanation of the monsters that were in the maze, and I like the way they sort of did, I'm always a fan of, like, oh, we woke up here, and this is how we're surviving. We're growing our food, and yada, yada, yada. I like stuff like that, like The Martian. This did that. That's a good pro. The con, though, in that same fact is this movie wrapped around a mystery that you feel like when they solve it, they should have already solved it. Like, the kid gets there, and he solves the mystery. I don't want to say nothing for a spoiler, but you're doing it. I read that, and I was listening to it, and I was like, in 8 years, they didn't think of doing that. Or 4 years, or however long they're there. And also, he's very ambiguous about the, the company. I don't want to say the name of it, but he's very ambiguous about the mystery to a point of a con. Like, they intentionally bring up stuff that they're not going to answer, and it's easy stuff that they should answer. But, there you go. That's a con. So, pros and cons. Pros, it's fun. Cons, it was it definitely roped it in for a sequel. Like, this whole book is based on, you're going to read the next one. If you don't read the next one, you're just screwed. You're going to read the next one. And I thought that was a bit of a con. Journey. How did I enjoy the journey? This was a 2-setting listen for me. I listened to it at work while driving my forklift. It was a fun journey. Now, I'm going to give the journey a B, just because it was fun. There was kind of some parts where they, like I said, though, in the cons, there's some parts where they're just leaving it so sequel-baity that I have to give it a little bit of a down point for that. So you're like, oh, yeah, you got to read the sequel. You got to read the sequel. So now part of me doesn't want to read the sequel, because if I read the sequel, they're not going to answer any questions. Like, you got to read the third. You can't honestly tell me you can't deliver any sort of context without reading all 3 books. You can't even give me a little bit. I didn't fully understand what was going on in Lord of the Rings, but I could at least wrap my head around Fellowship going into Towers. This, it's like, oh yeah, he wrote this knowing you're going to read the second. What if I don't read the second? What if I just didn't care? Then you're not going to read the second? Maybe you should have get a little bit more involved, and then I would have cared more. That's my thing. So B+. So overall grade, of course, is a B. Everything here was fun, quick. It's a short read because it's YA too. Nothing too depthy. I will say, though, that a bit of a con is you don't understand what's going on. And I don't know if that's an author being a poor delivery on the plot or if he's intentionally roping you in to read the sequels. I know that's the point of a trilogy, is to get it where it's going with the sequel. However, Divergent, Hunger Games, all did a little bit better than the Maze Runner did. Because those told a story, I understood what's going on, and they went to the next one. Different plots, though, with the mystery, so I can't really harden it. Can't really just let it fall on its own sword for that. But it could have been betterly done. So B. So, final review for the Maze Runner. It's a good time, but gets you on your nerves with the sequel bait. It's been your boy Prue. We're at 6 minutes. Seems like a good point to call it. And ghostly greetings. And I talked in my last video, which I just uploaded, about talking about what I'm reading. I'm finally reading The Institute. I'm halfway through it. I'm reading The Institute, and my bathroom book, which is a book I read in the bathroom, slowly in the bathroom, because I don't take my phone to the bathroom, is Red Shirts, and I'm 120-something pages into that. There you go. That's what I'm reading. Institute and Red Shirts. It's been your boy Prue. Stay creepy.